Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Thom Raley. The scenario is Schreckfilm. It was written by David Larkin, Mike Mason, and Lynn Hardy, and it can be found in Berlin, the Wicked City, and it's available from Chaosium. Our game master is Keith Craig, and this is episode 1. But before we begin, in the beginning here, the very first episode, we would like to offer a trigger warning. Not only does this scenario involve the subject of suicide, but also there are Nazis in the story. So, without any further delay, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Keith?
Thank you, Thom. It is January 1st, 1932, a cold Friday evening. Our investigators don't know it, but this is the final full year of the Weimar Republic. In less than a year, Germany will form a new government, installing Adolf Hitler as chancellor and plunging the world into a global nightmare. What brought this about? The world has been plunged into a global depression starting in 1929. Germany has an unemployment rate exceeding 25%, and in 1 year, over 1 billion marks have been wiped out. The government, afraid of triggering another hyperinflation, keeps exercising tight fiscal policies, leaving the population to suffer with no assistance. This has led to the collapse of the political middle. The Communist and Nazi parties both made significant gains in the 1930 election, while the center-left and center-right parties all saw losses of seats in the Reichstag. There are now open clashes in the street between the Young Communist League and the Brown Shirts. Hearing crowds of young brown shirts sing the Nazi anthem of the Horse Vessel Lied is a daily occurrence. Hopelessness is rampant in the city, and newspaper articles such as this are common. Suicide waves. The editorial board need not remind our gentle readers that this has been a particularly bitter winter in more ways than one. In addition to the chill winds and the icy frosts, many a Berliner feels the cold grip of uncertainty. As a new round of elections approach, what is to become of our dear republic? What of the economy? Why can the police not control the violence increasingly seen on the city streets, in a terrible callback to the lawless days of 18 and 19? As Germans, we must persevere through such doubtful times as best we can. Sadly, according to the latest statistics released by the central government officials, suicides are at an all-time high in the city. Many good folk, far too many, have fallen into the ultimate despair, clutching the pill bottle or the gun barrel, or with a one-way trip to the riverside. The gravediggers of the Friedhof-Grunwald Forest have had their hands full fishing bodies out of the hovel and placing them into the cold, half-frozen ground. The editors of this paper heartily enjoin any who may be reading this not to make this dishonorable choice. Although dark times are here today, we remind you that a sunnier tomorrow awaits us all. Better times are just around the corner. Persevere. So, investigator, I'd like you all to introduce yourself and what you've been doing in the 6 years since the conclusion of The Devil Eats Flies, and have you lost any loved ones to this recent wave of suicides? We'll start with Dr. Dieter Gussmann.
Yeah, I'm Dr. Dieter Gussmann. So many of you listeners would know me as Hans Vogelschucher. 6 years ago, I used dark magic to transfer my mind and soul into the body of a young man, Dieter Gussmann. I then rejoined everyone after the incidents of The Devil Eats Flies finished. Since then, because of my perceived age, I returned to medical school and I aced everything. The school was amazed at the depth and the scope of my knowledge. I added to my knowledge all the new modern technology and the skills, and I graduated last year. I'm now 25 years old. I have been offered a position at Ruprecht Karls University in Heidelberg, and I am due to accept that position starting in June of this year. I remain very close with my friends who I have followed after the events of last time. I still talk to my dead wife, Hilda, and I am pretty much set up, having inherited all of the money and the clout of my previous existence. So I'm very well off.
Nice, nice. How about Max?
Max has spent the last 6 years. His, when we left him last, he was still living at home with his mother, Martha, and unfortunately, she contracted an illness and consumption and passed away. He wasn't able to afford the rent on the apartment, so he was able to secure a position taking care of an elderly man. His name was Heinrich Lang. He was an owner of a small print shop that makes things like stationery, posters, pamphlets, that sort of stuff. So Max gave up the dream of being a big time journalist and has settled into this little small print shop where he's been working for the past few years, and actually living upstairs and taking care of Mr. Lang.
Very nice. Otto?
Yeah, after the events described in the story Devil Eats Flies, I required some recovery. I attempted a quiet stay in a rural area, but once you are a Berlin rat, you are a Berlin rat, and the silence and the crickets and things drove me mad. So I found a hospital here, and there was a year or two where there was quite a bit of opium. And then the memories faded, and I found just some stability. And as in this inflationary market, the requirements for bootlegging, fencing, smuggling are considerable. My contacts only increase in number and scope. So business is good. Life is what it is. I have dreams sometimes, but we all do. Yeah, some dreams are nightmares.
Very nice. And Gustav?
Well, for the past 6 years, Gustav's been trying to, make ends meet. Things have been, very bad economically, and when you're a bounty hunter / private investigator, you don't exactly make a lot of money. So he's been making ends meet, trying to, keep things moving, keep active where he can. He's been involved in some of the art movements and stuff going on. He's been get involved a little bit in poetry and literature. Still only dabbling at trying to his hand himself, but he enjoys the, sort of communities and events around, those kinds of things. His sister, who is a significant person, has been in a little bit of a rough spot. Her roommate was one of the people that committed suicide. So it has been really rough on her. And so he's been kind of, trying to be there for her, but things are obviously, kind of very tumultuous right now. So definitely excited to reconnect with some of the others and hopefully hear that they have good news.
And finally, someone that did not experience the horrors of Karl Grossman and Abaizu, we have Conrad joining the group.
Yes, Conrad has been in the circle for the past few years. About a year after the events of Double Eats Flies, he started to work at the Institute for Sexual Wissenschaften, Dr. Magnus Hirschfield's institute, as a librarian, where he became friends with Astrid, who was also a researcher there. And they kind of hit it off really quickly, and she introduced him to the group. Conrad has vague understanding of what happened in the Devil Eats Flies. Astrid let him read her journals from that time, and so Conrad has some understanding of it. He still is very confused by a lot of it. Conrad himself has a bachelor's degree in history from Heidelberg University. He, is a younger person, and so wasn't really involved in World War One. But he's just been kind of wandering. He was wandering in Berlin for a while until he ended up at the Institute, who he kind of learned about through the kind of gay underground circle in Berlin, and kind of is able to put his skills to use there. But in some sense, he's still kind of that wanderer, still that kind of dilettante almost. He likes to party and kind of hang out in the cabaret scene as well, in the Berlin underworld.
Very good. We now join our investigators in Luna Park, a amusement park in the center of the city. A rather odd place for the government to pick to hold a memorial to those lost, as some of the seriousness of the event is offset by the water slide and the swivel house, a house that will tilt back and forth 45 degrees as some amusing ride. But the ceremony was quite lovely. Unfortunately, a fog has rolled in, and the cold German winter is chilling people to the bone. There was a good crowd that turned out. As to be expected at a memorial like this, is more of the artistic crowds and everything, or people that have lost something. The machismo males tend to not feel that they need to come out to this. Well.
Are you all hungry? Maybe we should get something to eat now.
I could use some whiskey to warm me up.
Warm
some
you up.
brandy.
Yeah. You guys said we can go to this place over here. Something you eat. I have to admit, it was a little disconcerting, the juxtaposition of memorial for suicides and the water slide. But strange to choose this place. Nevertheless, we've done our civic duty.
I wouldn't trust the government to put on something
The government's in a weird
gravity.
Yeah, government's in a very, very weird place right now.
When you say that, one of the other attendees, he goes, I agree. The government is just out of control. They don't know what they're doing. They're letting the communists run wild, and that's why we need that funny man leading the Nazis. He'll be able to shove those communists out and get our country back in control after all. And then President Hindenburg will be able to control that man.
Yeah.
We can hope so. I wish Hindenburg were a younger man, firmer perhaps. But these are difficult times. The national debt has everyone jumping, and so few jobs, and so many who need so much.
Yeah, but anything's better than what's going on in Russia right now. Yes.
In times like this, we really ought to be helping each other out, not at each other's throats. It's not going to get us anywhere.
Yeah, why do we have to be fighting all the time? Why don't you just not pick a side and pick ourselves? Pick your neighbor as the one who you help. If everybody helps the neighbors, then everybody would be fine.
When
I was just saying, who cares what they're doing in Russia? You know?
Oh, well, yeah. I'm just saying that maybe we need to watch out for the left. They're going to start shipping us off to Siberia if we side with Stalin.
Well, it's just another side of the same coin.
I agree with you, Doctor.
When you say that, Conrad, you get bumped in the back rather hard, and you turn around and you see this young woman. She looks very emaciated, and she's she's wearing like a trench coat, but it doesn't seem like she's wearing like leggings or anything else to protect her from the cold. And when you look at her, she looks like she hasn't slept in days, and her eyes go wide when you see her. And she kind of steps back when you say that, and she almost said, excuse me, and she takes off running. And Max, you see a dossier drop from, like, she was carrying it in her underarm, and like when she took off running, she kind of released the pressure that was holding it, and it falls to the ground.
I'll scoop it up.
Yeah, miss.
Did you see this poor woman? She didn't have any clothes on. I'm gonna go chase after her.
Yeah.
Give me a dex or strength check. Dex, you're trying to dodge between the people. Strength, you're just kind of pushing them out of the way.
Okay, I'm gonna try dex.
Okay.
I passed.
You pass. You feel like you're gaining on her, and then at the last second, you trip. And you see a large cat, probably about 20 pounds, like, is what you tripped over, and it kind of shoots off into the sea of legs that is what you're seeing while you're laying on the ground.
God damn it. Kind of stumbling and getting up and trying to see if I can find her and looking through the crowd.
Yeah. She's kind of disappeared into the crowd.
Max, maybe there's some identification of the dossier. If we can get it to her.
Yeah. What is this?
Oh, it is a almost like an accordion folder, and inside there are several items. You see in there there's a film strip about 6 inches long, and if anyone's involved in it has been involved in cinematography, which I believe Dr. Dieter, you were kind of into the movies and everything.
Yeah.
You recognize this may be about 2 or 3 frames of film. So obviously not very much go on. There is a newspaper clipping, a postcard, a calling card, and I've got a picture for all these, and 2 photographs. One is like a celebrity's headshot, and the other is a picture of 9 people. Which things would you like to look at first?
It's a postcard.
Yeah.
The postcard. Which
so it's a postcard of a church, or does it look familiar?
It does. It is the Kaiser Wilhelm term. It is a memorial to the Kaiser that is in one of the public parks in Berlin.
Yes, that's the Kaiser monument. Interesting. Nothing written on it?
Nope.
Can I look at the headshot?
Yes, you can. So the headshot is of this woman here. And at the bottom of it, there is a signature that says, dedicated to Count von Heldorf.
Yes, that looks like, is that Agnes Esterhazy?
It is. As a cinemaphile, you would
Yeah.
recognize her.
Yeah, she's Hungarian, I think.
Hmm. She been in anything good?
Oh yeah, Bruna, how come Papa? And then that's a movie. I have
Yeah.
no idea, but yeah.
Her most her star is kind of faded with the advent of talkies. She was definitely a silent film star.
Yeah.
Who's this
Was that?
count?
Whoops, you're breaking up.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Now we got you.
Who's the count? I'm just sort of like trying to rack my brain.
Count
figure out who this-
Heldorf?
Heldorf?
No, that's the. I think he's like the chief of the police. He's like Nazi, big shot Nazi.
Oh.
Um,
Oh.
yeah, he's like the head of the brown shirts.
Hmm.
Yep.
I don't think the brown shirts in general are such big fans of Hungarians, so that's interesting.
That they're in the same
Maybe
thing.
they have nice gams.
Hmm.
Plus, you've got the Kaiser's monument. Nobody wanted the Kaiser.
Hmm.
While you're discussing that, you start hearing singing coming from about a block away, and you recognize it immediately as the horse vessel lead, the Nazi Party anthem, dedicated to horse vessel who was killed committing a crime, and they've martyred, and now. And it is getting closer.
Yeah, so we were thinking of dinner. Maybe we take these papers somewhere, have
Yeah.
some brandy and potatoes, and get out of the way of the.
Nothing good comes from hearing that
Yeah.
music.
Yeah. So they'll go immediately.
Okay. As you start walking, I assume you're walking away from them. You start hearing rifle shots going off, and people start naturally panicking and trying to get away.
Down. We must get quickly inside.
Okay. All right. Everyone give me a dex roll.
Oh, dice.
The hell's going on out here? I got a 9, so that's an extreme.
You are able to head in the direction you wanted to. The wave of people didn't kind of force you in a way you didn't want to go, like if crowds can do.
I have a regular success only.
I got
Yeah.
a 9 also, which was kind of fun.
Wow.
A
I failed
regular
that.
success.
Conrad had a regular, and Max, you failed.
I failed.
All right. So the four of you that pass, you're able to kind of move along in the direction you want to. If you got an extreme, you're able to really do it quite well. If you got a regular, maybe you're getting kind of shuffled. You might catch a couple elbows, not enough to really cause any wounds, almost like being at a concert rush. Max, you get definitely pulled the wrong way, away from the group, and by the time the shots, you start hearing the police whistles come in, and then you hear the young communists singing their song, and then you the crowd just keeps pushing you, and you kind of end up, you estimate 3 or 4 blocks from where Dr. Guzman was wanting to meet up.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just go with the flow until I can get control of myself and make my way back.
Okay. Yep. So you do get control of yourself, but you as people start kind of breaking off because they feel like they've gotten away from the street fighting and they're trying to find their way back home, you're starting to see less and less people around you.
Okay. Yeah, I do want to, as I move back, just kind of keep my eye out for any of the communists and brown shirts. Just keeping an eye out.
Okay, I got you. Well, as you're walking along, you can give me a listen roll with a bonus die.
Okay. Yeah, that is a regular pass.
All right. So as you're walking along, you hear steps behind you that are almost in sync with your steps. As you speed up, they speed up. If you slow down, they slow down. If you stop, you hear one other step and then it stops also.
Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna. Is it possible to kind of like keep going? Can I get like if I'm going into walking toward like a big piece of glass, like on a shop, for example, can I get like a look of what this person might be?
Sure, give me a spot hidden.
I'm gonna spend 10 luck to make that.
Okay. All right. So as you're kind of getting yourself kind of like positioned there, maybe trying to catch that reflection, you see a large cat, probably about 20, 25 pounds, is following you. And when it notices that it sees you, it starts charging at you, and you see that its face is actually a human's face. And you can give me a sanity roll.
This is going well. No, I did not pass that.
Oh, that's a rough start. 1d6.
Oh, geez. 3.
Okay. You lose 3 sanity as you kind of like gasp and step back, and it pounces at you with its claws out. Would you like to dodge, or you're trying to
Yeah,
fight back?
I want to like definitely dodge
All right.
this thing.
Okay. Well, go ahead and make your dodge roll.
Well, the way things are going. Things are not going well. I'm going to change dice. So that was a fail, obviously.
I got a hard, so it lands on you, and you feel its claws sink in for 2 points of damage, but it's holding on now.
Okay.
What would you like to do with your action?
So is it kind of like in front of me?
It's like on your chest, and you see it's coming for your throat.
Okay. I'm going to just try to like grab it and just drop it to the ground. Just drop my whole frame right on top of this cat.
Okay. Yeah. Gonna draw. Give me because it's on you. So give me a size roll to see how fully you land on this thing.
Okay. That's better. That is better. That's a regular pass.
Okay. And what is your size?
55.
55. Okay. Do you have a damage bonus?
I don't think so.
Okay, then just do 1d4 to it. So give me
Okay. 4.
Oh. Yeah, it did not like that. All right. It is going to take a swipe at you again, as it's trying to get out from underneath you. Okay. If you dodge, you're going to kind of release it. If you want to fight back, that's you just kind of like grabbing its forepaw. So I'll let you decide.
Yeah, I'll do a fight back on this one.
Okay. I'll give you a bonus. You're on top of it.
Okay.
No.
Okay. No, I did not. Even with the bonus, I didn't get it.
Wow. That's okay. He didn't get you either. He's starting to kind of sneak out. Now its mouth is moving. It's a human's face, but it's not like saying, and it's still making the cat mewing sound or hissing probably sounds at you.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just trying to get this thing off of me, and I'm gonna try to just sling it.
Okay.
Hard as I can.
All right. Make a fighting brawl. Probably that's the best.
No.
No. All right. It bites you for for 2 points of damage, and then it starts running away from you down the alley.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna be thankful this thing is gone, and I'm gonna leave it alone.
Okay. And you were the one carrying the accordion folder, correct?
I
You're the one
was,
that picked it
yes.
up. All right.
Yeah.
So the others, you make it to where you wanted to go.
Yeah, inside.
Yeah.
Where's Max? Max is...
Is it just
I
me,
think I-
Hans, or to change the menu here?
How are you thinking about the menu at a time like this?
Because what times like this? I'm hungry. We were hungry before.
Yeah, but Max got
There's
food,
people
babe.
shooting each other in the streets right now, and you're thinking about food?
So when is there not people shooting themselves in the streets?
That's true.
Max
Where's
is
Max? Yeah.
Max is a very
Oh, yeah.
capable man. I'm sure he'll be okay.
There was a bit of
I'll stand here. Get us a table. I'll stand here and see if I see him in the crowd. He knew where we were coming.
Mm-hmm. So
Hope he's okay.
you're able to get a table without any problem. Assume you order like some beer or wine or anything. And Max, are you headed toward where they were at?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that. Yes.
Yes,
And I'll
he is,
probably
he is.
Yeah.
stop by like a fountain so that I can like.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of clean yourself up.
Everybody's peeing at that fountain. Don't do that.
Oh my God, is that blood? What did you
happened?
get shot? What happened?
Are you okay? Did you get involved in the scrape?
I got sidetracked, and you're not going to believe this, but I was attacked by a cat.
Yeah.
A very large cat.
I tripped on one of those assholes earlier.
He must have been frightened by the crowd.
I don't know.
Let's get you cleaned up.
The other thing about this cat is it had a human face.
It had a what?
What?
It had a human face.
You mean a hairy human face or
No, I
No.
don't think it.
hair
It
on
was-
its
Did it have
face?
whiskers too?
I believe it did. Yes, it had whiskers, but it had lips.
What?
and
like-
check his head.
Yeah, doctor, check his head. What happened there?
Yeah.
I'll get free Max a schnapps. You need to relax.
Yeah, you sit down, I'll get some clean water and clean you up here. I always carry antiseptic because germs are everywhere. Now this is going to burn like hell.
Yeah, and so is this. Have a drink of this.
Oh, thank you.
God, look at those claw marks. Jesus, how big was this cat?
Oh, it was huge. It was.
Maybe like a wild animals that got out of the zoo.
Now, when you say
Very-
human face, you mean it had? Did it have lips? 'Cause
Yes.
Cats only have a little bottom lip, but the top is not a lip. Yeah.
No, it had lips like a human.
Was it a boy cat or a girl cat?
We'll say boy.
Yeah, it had boyish features.
And when you say it had whiskers, but it didn't have whiskers like Conrad, yeah?
Yeah, it had whiskers. Like a cat has whiskers. But definitely eyes that were not cat-like, lips.
Not a little pig nose.
It must have
Well,
been there. the frightening trauma that you felt when it attacked you. That
Did it have cat ears or little pink shells?
Yes, it did have like little pink ears, but up where cat's ears are. Not down here, up here.
okay, we've seen so many weird things.
I need another
you
drink.
know me. It's not.
Yeah,
I mean, it
this
makes
is
me
not the
wonder.
first time you've been clawed in the night by something no one else sees. So, and those are pretty nasty scratches you've got. Oh, a bite mark also. Eesh.
Yes, this is terrible.
Yeah, we get that sterilized so that you don't get any cat germs and turn into a pussycat in the middle of the night.
Now, this thing can't go running around in daylight if it looks as strange as you think. We would hear about this.
What it was in the days is the daylight right now.
Yeah, in a panic. But yeah, I would think that there would be rumor. I will.
Maybe it was in a fire and it just looks. You burn the.
Maybe it got a burn, and yeah,
Burn
that's
off
actually a pretty good theory.
That's a good. I never thought of that.
I don't know why it attacked you, but
I don't either. I mean, it came right at me.
Half
It
of
was-
these animals in Berlin are.
have you been consulting with a witch, and she has sent her evil familiar to attack you?
I don't think so. You don't think this thing had rabies, do you?
We've cleaned the wound,
Sorry.
so
Yeah,
you
keep an eye on
probably
it.
are okay. Yeah, we keep an eye on you.
Oh, that was terrible. I did bring the file with me.
Ah, good.
Good
I
man.
wanted to take a closer look at that.
There's some more stuff in there.
Yeah, we can hold the film up to the candlelight and see what we've got.
It's just
Ah.
2 frames of a movie.
When you do hold it up, you see in there that it is definitely Agnes Esterhazy is in the foreground. Behind her, there is a shadowy figure, possibly male, but it's kind of blurred. It's about maybe a 1/3 of a second, and move in time would be all the 3 frames would represent. Then
And she looks like she's singing in the Alps, or is she crying on a windowsill, or?
she is in a room. It's got a curtain of black. It can't really tell what color it'd be because it's a black and white film. Obviously, it's a darker
Yeah.
curtain.
Does she have any expression on her face? What you can tell?
No.
Really? Well, that's a very small mystery. But now, what is the obsession with her?
Well,
So,
wasn't
woman, I
there a picture of a group of 9 people as well?
Yeah, there's a group that you haven't looked at the picture of the group of 9 people. There's a calling card and a newspaper clipping also in there.
Okay.
Yeah. What's the calling
Okay.
card?
The calling card, I show you a picture of it. So it's A, then 3 dots, A, and 3 dots.
A3 dots, A3 dots. Does that look occult at all?
It does. And on the back is written a phone number, and the note may be able to help. And you guys can make an occult roll to see if you recognize that.
Let's see, 39. What is 30? Occult. I'll spend 4 points to make it a hard.
You don't need a hard, just need a regular. Yeah.
That's regular.
You recognize that as the symbol for the organization set up by Aleister Crowley, who is currently living in Berlin.
Okay. Aleister Crowley. I've read
Aleister
many of his
Crowley.
books.
Oh my
And then-
God, isn't he like a Satanist or something?
He's a spiritualist, if you want. He's quite learned in the esoteric things. I mean, who can tell if he's real or not? I certainly don't see him flying over the city with magic or anything like that.
His organization is called the Argentum Astrum.
Phantom Astrum, yeah.
Silver Star.
The Silver Stars, yeah.
Yeah, and he's one of these types. There's these occulty witch types that never plays well with others. Like, oh, we form a group together and said, no, it's my group. No, it's my group. No, you don't know what's real. I know what's real. Oh, my magic book is better than your magic book. I start my own club. That sort.
But
I think Blavatsky back in the day,
Yeah, she's an interesting one too. Conrad, you might kind of enjoy some of his readings. He's very much into what he would call sexual magic. And quite honestly, homosexual sex is for him the highest of all the magic things. So
I will have to check out Mr. Crowley's work. I wanted to look at that group of 9 people.
All right. So the group of 9 people, there are 8 men and 1 woman in the picture. The woman looks like this. Well, that is the woman in the folder. She's wearing a very tight black formal dress. And if you are known to attend cabarets, you can make a intelligence roll to see if you recognize her.
I passed that.
Same.
Yeah, me too.
This is Margot Lyon, famous cabaret singer who became known for singing with Marlene Dietrich. What was the name of that song? Win die Best Freuden, which became an anthem for the lesbians in Berlin at the time.
Ah, yeah.
Nice.
Yes. I know
Okay.
this. I know
Ah,
this.
yes.
I've seen a few of her shows.
My sister is a fan of her.
Then the men. So the gentleman on the left, he is standing in the center of the picture, and he's holding a leash to a very large poodle, black poodle. The man on the right, if you're involved in politics, you recognize him immediately. He is Wolf Heinrich Graf von Helldorf, one of the leaders of the brown shirts. He is holding a leash that leads to that his collar is attached to a older man with a ball gag, and that's all the older man is wearing.
What a hypocrite.
But most shocking of all, the other 5 people in the picture are you.
what?
What?
Young me or old me?
You as you look in 1932.
I've been to some pretty crazy parties, but I don't hang out with Nazis. I know
Sanity roll?
Sure, yeah, give me a sanity roll for that.
Because I'm like, we didn't party with. Since when did we have a get together with him this year?
Well,
I succeeded.
even more troubling is the woman bumped into us. This is in her possession.
And
So
then
she
went away.
She might have been there for a real reason.
How? I don't understand.
She looked so terrified when she saw me. Did she recognize me?
Did any of us recognize her?
Nope.
Max.
Really, Thom. There's also a newspaper clipping. Maybe it has our names in it.
But Max, could this be doctored? You work in a press. You used to be a journalist, and now you're working in a press. Do you think this could be doctored to put us in the picture?
I think techniques like that do exist.
You have any photography skills?
I have a little bit. I'd at least give it a try.
You can give me an art photography.
Oh, I have art forgery.
Oh yeah, that'd work too.
Yeah, please try.
It's 10 luck is a lot, I think, for this sort of thing. I can study it later, perhaps.
Yeah.
We can get a magnifying glass to be, if it's a print, we can roll it in some chemicals. Even Hans, I'm sorry, Hans, I always forget. We can have Dita and work on it with me chemically. But yeah, let's see what the newspaper clip says before. Maybe it's a Pulitzer on the way already. Maybe.
The final newspaper clip is from 1926. Who wants to read that?
Murder in the library. Police report that a young man, an employee of the Prussian State Library by the name of Ralph Schneider, was found dead at the library this morning when other employees arrived for work. Poor Mr. Schneider was discovered on the floor of the rare books and manuscripts wing. Police inform us that foul play is suspected and ask any members of the public with information that may pertain to this case to contact Inspector Krieg at the Criminal Police straight away. Dr. F. Milhau, director of the Prussian State Library, reports that nothing seems to have gone missing from the rare books and manuscripts wing. Although as the wing contains many thousands of volumes, it will take some time to make absolutely certain. Mr. Schneider was one of our brightest young librarians with a promising career ahead of him. His death is an absolute tragedy and has proven quite a blow to our staff, Dr. Milhau said in a statement to our reporter. We will naturally bring you further details of this shocking case as they become known to us. Now, that seems, Hans Dieter, like some things that you might know something about, missing rare books. And also Conrad, as a librarian, you might have ideas, but it is odd. The rest of this seems rather current. And yet this piece is 5 years old.
This is the Berlin Library.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been through probably all the important books in the Berlin Library, in the rare section. I can't imagine what might be missing or why anybody would murder a poor librarian.
I find their selection to be wanting on the topics that I'm interested in, but it's quite a large collection to go through. I'd be interested to learn more about this, Mr. Schneider.
I've heard it's one of the largest collections of the kind of books that we like. Miskatonic in the United States. Always wanted to go there. Now this is it's got to be related because it's in the same folder.
Yeah, but I failed to see the connection. I wonder what the connection is here.
A little bit of S&M here.
A little bit.
Hungarian
brown shirt.
Somehow we're in the picture.
Hungarian actresses.
I don't. When was this taken? Is there any way this is doctored?
It's got to be faked. But first he gets a picture of us.
Yeah, and the lighting for us to be the same. We are dressed as we are today. We are dressed as we are on an average Tuesday. None of us are in S&M gear or.
You're dressed in like what you would wear to a formal party.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
it is in a room, the photograph?
Yep.
Does it look like a bedroom? Does it look like a ballroom? Does it look like an underground club?
None of those. It looks more like a living room.
Pretty upper class, though, to have so many people in it.
Yeah.
I mean, we did do a lot of drugs last year.
Saying June 1934 or some other.
No.
Some very helpful bit of information in the photograph.
Nope.
Is there anything to indicate how long ago it might have been, like different hairstyle or anything?
No. It looks like how your hair is done. Your current haircut, current facial hair.
I just had a horrible thought. Is this some type of extortion scheme? Are they planning to publish this image of us? I can't imagine.
Well, if they do, that makes the brown shirts very angry. In fact, this can't be published anywhere except maybe in secret for the naked old man. No one recognizes the older fellow?
Nope.
Could this have been at your library, Conrad, somewhere? Because of the,
I mean, Dr.
I don't remember any of this.
We certainly throw a lot of parties, but Nazis typically are not welcome. They have their parties elsewhere. I've heard plenty of rumors that Nazis like to they're not the most they're not the upstanding moral Christians that they make themselves out to be, but.
So I think we have to find first Agnes Esterhazy, yeah? She is the most common feature in this. It was
certainly in another country, Hungary.
She has Hungarian, but if she works here, I mean, I think film industry in Berlin is much larger.
Could we maybe get a hold of Murnau? Remember, we talked to him 6 years ago. He was in that. He was directing that Nosferatu. I mean, we were kind of friendly with him. He was okay. Maybe he might know something.
He might know someone that can direct us, in a more friendly way than showing up on this Esterhazy door and saying, "Hi, we have a picture of you and a naked man and us, and we don't know what party this was."
Well, she's not in the picture.
Right.
She's not in the group photo. She's
just in the folder with everybody.
Yep.
Who is the one young woman in the photograph?
Margot.
That's
Margot.
I'm going to ask, is Margot still performing?
She is.
Okay.
She's like a lounge singer, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a
I
problem
can
with
figure out where Margot's performing at, and perhaps we could go attend one of those shows.
Yeah. She has a problem with Murnau, too. He knows me as an old man.
Okay.
Yeah, that's, we have other new members of the community, so.
Yeah.
I just remember to call you Dita.
Yeah. Well,
with
call
your
me that
good
other
looks,
thing you've been calling me.
With your good looks, Vogelshin, he may want to hire you for his next film.
Maybe. I'd really like to meet Max Schreck. He's a very good actor.
Mostly staged, though, yeah? Max, did you have an idea? I thought you had a spark in your eye.
I was just trying to think of what the connection might be. I mean, Aleister Crowley. I mean,
an advocate of unusual sexual practices as magic.
Yeah. Could that possibly be our connection to all of these items?
Well, now I might know the answer to this question. I'm not actually sure, but do the brown shirts have any interest in occultism?
Oh yeah. The Thule Society was.
So the overlap between arts and cabaret parties and brown shirts is occultism.
Be worth investigating.
Well, I think we have.
There's someone there on the calling card that may be able to help.
Your voice is breaking up just a little bit again, Troy.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That note on the calling card might be something worth investigating more.
Yeah. Oh,
I guess it's strange. I mean, that is the only connection that I can see.
Yeah.
I mean, why would a cabaret singer whose work is popular amongst the lesbians be in the same room, like be at the same party as a Nazi?
For that matter, why would we be in a room with them?
Exactly. Yes. Furthermore, why would we be with them? I mean, I would party with her. I wouldn't party with fucking him.
we obviously weren't with them. They've talked to this. Maybe it's like you say, extortion. Maybe they think we need to be blackmailed. I think we should do our best to head them off the pass. to figure them out before they can act against us.
It is my convinced opinion, as someone who works on the shadowy side of legality, that if you wish to extort a group of people, some of whom have very little in the way of resources to begin with, you do not forge a photograph of them in a compromising position that cannot be published anywhere and then drop it in their lap during a riot.
Doesn't make any sense.
Do we think that the woman brought it to us purposefully? Because if she dropped something important to her, why didn't she turn around to get it?
Yeah, I think perhaps she was thrust into our group. Maybe she didn't even have the dossier beforehand. Someone grabbed her and the thing and shoved her at us, and she dropped it and looked terrified and ran away.
What were we talking about? What did you say, Conrad? That right before she bumped into you?
She looked terrified, and the woman was essentially naked. She was just wearing a coat.
Right.
I don't know. It didn't seem like she was very well planned or prepared for this. She seemed.
No, and you had just said something.
Like
Yeah, do you remember what you said right before she ran into you?
Mein Lieben. Just, I wanted to.
No, before that, there was before she ran into you.
We were talking about that the Nazis and the communists were just two sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
And I think that's when she ran into you. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but it just seemed kind of interesting timing. She ran into him, and then he tried to help her, and then she dropped the dossier and ran away, and that happens to have a picture of us.
What if she was trying to warn us about something?
But then she should have stayed.
But she was terrified. And then there was gunfire.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't even know yet. You didn't see, because you were, I guess, fighting with the cat, Max, whether it was the left shooting the right or the right shooting the left.
No, I didn't see who was shooting who. I was trying to get back to you guys.
And the brown shirts were singing Host Vessel Lead, and I guess the commies were singing the International or something. They both could use a bigger playlist, if you ask me. Yeah. So, what time we have?
It's probably because the event started in the evening. It's probably approaching 11 at night.
Oh, so this was all in the evening. I thought it was in the morning. I'm sorry.
No, all in the evening. Yeah, that's all right.
So do we wish to try to make this a phone call tonight, or do we rest up, meet at the Bear Bach Cutter in the morning, and focus ourselves a bit?
Well, it probably would be difficult. You know what I mean? Like calling somebody like Murnau or Alistair Crowley, or if they're probably out partying, you should probably wait until maybe 8 o'clock in the morning. 9 o'clock.
Well, Murnau should be sleeping because he has to film with daylight. And Crowley, he might only get up at this hour and be brushing his teeth.
He's getting out of his coffin right now.
We don't exactly know where they are either. So.
What day of the week is it?
It is a Friday.
Ah, okay. There might be a show going on tonight.
Yeah, we can see this Margot Leon.
I can go investigate and maybe even ask some questions if she's not performing. See if
I'll go with you.
Our next show is.
I have a suggestion, Dr. Guzman. I think since your reputation is in danger because of this photograph, you should hire this private detective over here, Huberman, to help you clear your good name. And that way he can buy a round of drinks once in a while.
Yeah. Oh, Gustav.
What?
Yeah. He's
I said he should hire you to investigate.
Sorry, I was putting down notes. Sorry, what did you say?
No, we were just saying that that we should hire you to find out who's trying to blackmail us.
Okay, I'll get right on it. You know my rates.
Yeah. Your rates are free for us.
I mean, I was gonna say a discount. I don't know about free. I mean, I still have to eat.
Conrad and I are going to go and see if we can find some entertainment. Margot Leon, if we can find where she's performing. I mean, you're all welcome to come.
Oh,
I know you're all not as young as you used to be.
Oh, Hans Dieter, it's very unkind.
Absolutely. I'll teach you how to do it.
This is when we become the baddies.
You think I'm a baddie?
All right. So Conrad and Dieter are going to go out and see if they can figure out if Margot is where she's performing at or where she's booked. What about the other three?
Otto also for the nightclubbing.
Okay. And Max and Gustav?
We start seeing if we can find anything. I don't know about like any connections between these different groups, like other than the obvious ones. Maybe see if we can find out anything that might lead to who this woman was.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that. There's also the possibility, building off your idea, Gustav, of occult interest, and see if we can find any names of particular, other than this one gentleman that's in this photograph that interested in occult, and maybe if there's any connection with the Aleister Crowley.
I think that's our best bet, is like looking into that. Start seeing if we can find anything, like I said, about this woman.
Okay.
I would think, Max, the dossier is best going back with you. You have ample places to stick paperwork so that no one will steal it from us.
Yeah, I can put it somewhere in the shop.
I think it would be foolish of us to take it out to the nightclubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might get attacked by a cat.
Yeah. Yeah, I have some questions about that for you also, Conrad. And you are feeling all right, Max?
I'm feeling better. Some schnapps has helped. Honestly, my pride is hurt more.
All right. So Conrad, Otto, and Dieter, you guys are going out into the assume the art house district, maybe to ask around, see if or maybe look for flyers, some way to kind of figure it out. Okay.
Asking is easy. Yeah.
Yeah. She is an entertainer, so it's not like she's trying to hide where she's performing. So you find without any problem that she is performing tomorrow night and the next at the Silhouette, a well-known cross-dressing bar. In fact, you are not allowed to attend unless you are cross-dressing to but she will be performing many of her songs on the stage there tomorrow and on Sunday.
Okay. So Dieter and Otto, what are your shoe sizes? I can likely find some clothes at the Institute for you.
Well,
Some larger women, if you know what I mean.
I'd like to have a bit of a say-so in what kind of dress I'm going to wear. And wish Astrid was here; she would know exactly what to do.
Astrid, yeah. She's doing well, by the way. She's in London studying.
Yeah, she corresponds with me. She's probably had the best idea: get out of town to avoid the problems here. Maybe I come over to where you are tomorrow is the Institute, and
and perhaps at the Institute I can ask more about this gentleman who died in 1926. Perhaps I can find out more about him and that situation tomorrow. Well, since we're out, should we have a little fun?
Yeah.
Go dancing?
All right. Yeah. You guys have an eventful evening in the Berlin nightlife and all. Yeah. Max and Gustav, you guys were wanting to see if you could figure out some connection or who this woman was that bumped into.
Do some research, I guess. I might be helping Max depending on what we need to do for this.
Okay. How would you like to do that?
Was there anything about her clothing that indicated maybe she was like a hospital patient, mental patient, anything like that?
Besides definitely dressing inappropriate for the wet, cold night. No.
Okay.
Yeah, is there any way we could do some research? Like, could I do maybe like use law or something, like to see
well, the libraries are closed, so it's not like it's going on midnight. It's not like unless you have like law books in your home. So yeah.
I guess, yeah, I mean, I think we could check like hospital and police records, see if she like was recently admitted or escaped, or got out of a mental institution or custody or anything like that.
Okay, yeah. Oh, you want to kind of go around, maybe talk to the hospitals, find out, describe who this woman and everything. Give me a charm or fast talk.
Okay,
Intimidate's not going to work.
Yeah, I can fast talk our way into some records.
Okay.
I failed.
Okay, yeah.
Can I try and push it by leaning on my my PI license and like bounty hunter credentials and just be like, I need to get into this information and try to push the fast talk roll.
At the hospital?
Yes.
Yes, you can push it. If you fail, you're going to get the attention of the security. They're going to be like,
fine.
Hey, you need to.
Yeah. Right, here we go. My best skills. All right, I got a 51, so it's a regular success.
Regular success.
Yeah.
So as you lean in, they don't know who you're talking about. So no.
All right. Well, all right, I guess we can go check. I think I still have a friend or two at the police department. I'll see if I can see like if this woman matches anybody that they have been on the lookout for, or anybody that recently left custody or was let go, or is it person of interest?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So Max and Gustav are going to the police station. It's probably about, after hitting a couple of the hospitals and everything, it's going on like 3 a.m. and stuff. Okay. So when you come into the police station, both of you can give me a spot hidden.
Ooh.
Yes. Regular success.
Failed.
Okay. So Gustav, you're distracted because at this time in Germany, the brown shirts were starting to get in pretty incestuously with the cops, and so there are some of them around. Max, what you notice is on one of the boards where they got the pictures of like the lead detectives and everything, you see a Inspector Krieg, and what grabbed your attention is he is the man wearing the ball gag in the picture.
Oh, interesting. I will point this out quietly to Gustav.
Yeah, no. Okay.
That's interesting, because he was also mentioned in the article about the murdered librarian.
So, but do they like do it? Have any of them seen the woman at all, or no?
You can give me a law
Okay, yeah.
roll on that one. Yeah.
No, I failed that one, unfortunately.
They're busy. There was
Yeah.
a riot, there are lots of people are don't have enough clothes. Unfortunately, people don't have enough money to do anything nowadays.
Unfortunate. Well, we've learned something though, so I guess we've got that at least. Why
Okay.
was he? Why are all these were the three people in that room, and why were we with them or depicted as being with them?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the question.
I don't know. And it's possible maybe Krieg is messed up or mixed up with the Nazis themselves. That's a possibility. We probably need to go figure out what happened, more information about the library and the guy that died.
Okay. All
But
right.
not tonight.
Yeah, not tonight. It's
Yeah.
all right. So you guys go back, and the three that were out on the town. Would you say you had more than 3 drinks?
Conrad for sure.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Per hour, you mean?
Yeah. So generally, when you're out on the town, once you pass that 3rd or 4th drink, you kind of lose that ability to go, hey, maybe I should stop drinking. So give me power rolls to see if you're able to go, I'm not going to get blitzed.
I got a 91, which means
You are.
that I keep forgetting that this body is much younger and gets drunk much faster than my old body did. And so, yeah, I probably on 5 by now.
Yeah. Okay.
I passed, regular pass.
All right. So yeah, we'll leave it up to your decision whether or not you press pass it, but you are consciously getting extremely drunk if you choose to.
I'm probably going to have to rely on Conrad to get home tonight.
I'm kind of noticing vocal shit over here is getting a little loopy, so I'm kind of lowering it a little bit.
Yeah.
We don't want the photograph to happen tonight, so we take focus home while we all remember what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I want to dance
Well, we have to
some
go
more.
out tomorrow night too, so
We have two nights to go out. Yeah.
Come
And
on, dance with me.
it's
and
chilly.
we'll be wearing heels tomorrow night, so I don't know. We'll probably really want to watch our alcohol consumption to avoid any broken ankles.
Can we get some decent leather boots with a little heel? Not so crazy. I have a limp.
We'll get you flats. Don't worry about it.
Can't I play a woman who likes to dress like a man?
You could be Marlene Dietrich.
We won't go as Marlene Dietrich. We'll just put on a tux and put some tennis balls in.
All right. So the night goes on, and you guys go to bed. Dr. Gooseman, you are in a 25 years old body, so you're not going to be hungover all day, because I remember those days when you could just drink, and so we'll say until about 4 o'clock. Anything that's like physical, you're going to have a penalty dice as you're kind of dealing with, like, I need to get more water into me to.
You mean like 4 a.m?
Well, no, because you go home and go to bed, and then when you wake up, you're hungover essentially.
Okay. And you said I'm hungover until when?
Till about 4 in the afternoon.
Oh,
Yeah, that's when you bounce back and you're like, okay.
Oh my God.
I'm assuming you're leaving the clubs like 4 in the morning. So
Yeah.
We almost run into them leaving the police station, but
yeah. All right. Everyone gets a decent night's sleep. Everyone give me a luck roll.
Ooh. Got a 6.
I got an 8.
Nice.
10.
Nice.
Hey! All right, somebody needs to
26.
get 9
Good.
to make the straight.
Yeah. Otto? Otto. All right. Who is someone important in your life, but not the significant person on the back of your character sheet?
It's not in this group.
Yeah.
I have a bartender friend that sends me business
Mm-hmm.
at at one of my regular club bar meeting places. His name is Karl Hans.
Oh, poor Carl Hans. Yep. Unfortunately, Carl Hans hung himself last night.
Uh-huh.
Carl Hunt.
Karl Hans, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Hyphenate. I'm assuming that he hadn't seemed unusually depressed.
Not that you could tell, and didn't have the, give away all his things when someone finally makes the decision. None of the signs that you would have.
I guess we're probably meeting. It's a Beobachter in the morning, and I see someone that is a mutual friend, and they tell me.
Yeah.
Do we know how he did it? Who found him?
Person that was going in to restock the bar. He hung himself in the back room.
Oh, good God! So we have yet another memorial. Oh.
You're close to him?
I have known him for many years. There are not many people in the underground that you can trust in a particular sort of way. We were, neither of us have a lot of family, so yeah, I would have thought he would speak to me of something.
Some hard times.
Yeah, at least he had, he was not. There are many men in Berlin who are more poorly off than Karl Hans. I think he had a brother. I'm not sure. He wasn't married anymore. Before the afternoon, I will go to the bar and see if there's someone I can talk to about his, what is to be done, and if there's someone who needs help.
Okay. All right. So you guys meet up at your cafe that you'd been meeting up at.
Yeah.
Dieter, maybe you're not freshly shaved if you were a shaver.
Get this man some coffee.
No, I probably have a routine that I go through every day. But yeah, I could use some coffee. What a strange coffee mug this is. I swear it has a face that's looking at me.
All right.
We were going to call to see if we could get a hold of Alistair Crowley and Murnau.
Yeah, we still have some leads we can follow up on today.
I probably still have some contact information from Murnau, but it's probably at his home. If he is out of state or out of country filming, I get his maid or something. She can tell me. So I'll make a phone call.
Okay. We'll say he's still in Germany. So
he's still in Germany. Yeah.
Yeah. So he answers and he's like, yes. What can I do for you?
Yeah, Murnau.
Yes.
Shit. My father was Hans Vogelmann. You remember? He said he knew you from 6 years ago or so.
Was he the one that went to the show where people started dancing and fooling around with each other?
He unfortunately passed away a while back. But he said that you were a big important movie person.
Oh, well, that was kind of him. I like to think that I am, but others would disagree, but yes.
Well, he said we have kind of a bit of a mystery on our hands, and we would
Oh.
like to ask you some questions. Is that possible? We don't want to take up too much of your time.
Ah, yeah, that would be no problem at all. Shall we meet for dinner?
Well, we have a thing tonight, but could we maybe in the afternoon?
Sure. Maybe have a light tea or a radler to drink.
That would be magnificent. Thank you so much. You're very kind.
You
Are you
guys
still at your old address?
I am, but I'd prefer to meet at a cafe. You know, I like to get out.
Okay. Are you familiar with the Beobachter? The Beobachter?
I'm sure it's in the directory.
All right, we'll meet you there. Some of the doctor's friends will be there as well.
Oh, well, that'll be wonderful.
Magnificent. Thank you very much.
Huh. Hey.
I almost said I knew him from
I know. I was like,
years ago. Ay. The lies we tell, the webs we weave, and first we practice to deceive.
For real.
And then we use a little magic and we get out of the whole thing.
You were poetic there for a second.
Yeah.
So, Gustav and Max, did you discover?
Well, unfortunately, as far as the hospital is concerned, they have not seen her. She's not a recent patient. She's not recently been discharged or anything like that. However, we went to the police station. Max, you want to tell them what we discovered?
Yes, I saw a picture of an Inspector Krieg, and he is the gentleman with the ball.
Oh.
So
Nice.
the brown shirt has the police by the balls.
Apparently so.
Quite
The
literally.
inspector.
Yeah, but
And so we have to verify that, I mean, Krieg is not such a strange name, but this could be the same Krieg that investigated the library murder, no?
That's what I was thinking, yes.
And thus we have the connection between that newspaper clipping and the rest of the contents of the envelope. It's the photograph that is what links most of the things. We still don't know how Agnes Esterhaz is attached to the rest of it. She's in the film and the photo, but the photograph is she signs to the Nazi, and the Nazi has the inspector. So everything is linked now. We have to find out what the film. The bit of film, is it cut or torn or burnt? How is it separated?
It is cut.
Huh.
which might indicate that it was a bit that they took out.
Yeah.
And
And
normally would have
they always
discarded.
shoot much more at the beginning and the end and so on also. And the figure in the back was too blurry to see. Maybe they cut it for this reason also. Or the figure in the back is you, Hans Dieter. Or you,
Yes.
Max.
It's me. As the bareback the music goes, da-na-na.
Yeah.
We have a date in this afternoon for tea with Murnau, and he's coming to here to the bareback there, so that would make it very easy. I am still a
right.
bit hungover.
Yeah, I may be back at the cafe or not. I have to see what there is to learn about my friend who is dead.
It's very sad. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm so
very-
sorry for your loss. Of
Yeah, very sorry to hear.
You know, once there are a lot of strange murders and suicides 6 years ago when something was going really wrong in the city.
Was illness then? It
Well,
was a
and
sort of hidden plague, but so is Selbstmord.
But I
So-
also warned you that we didn't actually fix the problem from before. We just closed the door, the gate.
Oh, don't say that.
Well, I said it back then.
I know, and I didn't like hearing it back then, and I don't like hearing it now.
Just doesn't feel the same though.
On top of everything going on right now, we do not need that again.
Yeah, also, I don't remember taking this photograph, and there was an occasion back then that I didn't remember something that
Oh yeah, what was what was that happened? It was I remember that. What was that? What happened?
Oh, I remember that. He had an episode where he
I'll
blacked
step
out.
out to the room and you can
Right.
remind me. That's the morning I woke up in the blood of a murdered prostitute.
Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So, anything you want to do before your meeting with Murnau?
I'm thinking of calling Mr. Crowley.
Yes, if we can find his number, so find out he can get in trouble.
Yeah, there's a phone number on the card.
Yeah, there was a phone number on the card. So I was gonna maybe call him and just see what happens. I don't really have much to go on other than, his card was.
Have you read
in
his
there.
works?
No.
No. Well,
Have you?
you are a young homosexual man. He might be very interested in your attentions.
I'm
Plus,
sorry.
we
I'm
have
sorry,
to pick out the shoes and the dresses and stuff for tonight.
Sorry, just Vogel saying that. I can't. Sorry. I had to cackle. I'm sorry.
Gustav, don't be such a prude.
No, it's actually the opposite.
It's so hard to imagine you as an elderly man, Bullshit. Like, you're so progressive and so with the times.
We see, it fits him a lot better than the old man who's a little too friendly vibe did.
Well, I mean, you get a different perspective and you've suddenly got a young 25-year-old body to run around in.
Lucky
A young 19-year-old body to run around in.
Yeah, I did.
Yet
That
I
was fun
still
too.
see your fluffy beard every time I look you in the eye.
Yeah.
I know who you are inside. I got the measurements from my tailor, so if anything you can do that won't be too grotesque, I will appreciate, Conrad. Before the meeting with Murnau, I'm going. Karl Hans Bar is called the Löwenherz. I'm going to go over and speak to people, and hopefully I will be back soon. I'll leave a message here if I think I'll be gone as well.
Okay. All right. Let's have Conrad. Your phone call. We'll do that first.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I'll make the phone call now. It's what, like 10 o'clock now? Around that time?
Probably closer to noon if you guys didn't get in till about 4 a.m. Yeah. Okay.
Crossing my fingers, hoping he's awake and.
So it starts ringing, and about on the 6th ring, and right about when you're like going to give up, you hear the other end, the pickup. And what languages do you speak?
I speak German, French, and a little bit of English.
Okay. How much English?
I'm 35.
Okay, yeah, you can. So you hear a gruff boy English accent. Yes, what is it?
Oh, yes. Pardon, is this Mr. Crowley?
Yes. How'd you get this number?
Yes. Thank you so much for answering. I've actually found your calling card in a very strange and unexpected place, and I'm actually wondering if I could ask you some questions, or if we could meet at some point.
Would you be able to buy me dinner?
Yeah, absolutely. That could be arranged.
Then I'd be, of course, happy to meet up with you. What night works best for you?
Well, let's see. I'm going to a show later this evening, but perhaps we can meet for an early dinner.
Oh no, I don't eat before 11.
Before 11. Okay. How about Sunday evening then?
Okay, yeah, that'll be fine. Do you know? Are you familiar with the Babylon Cinema? Which you are. It's a major.
Yes, yes.
I'll meet you there at 10:45, and we can go have a dinner after that.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. Crowley, for taking the time to meet with me. I very much appreciate it.
I appreciate it too.
I'm very curious to learn more about you and learn more about you as well.
Everyone is. And he hangs up.
Okay. Well, gentlemen, we have a meeting with, at least I do, but you all are welcome to come on a very late dinner on Sunday evening with Mr. Crowley.
Good work. Wow.
Yeah, I'd like to meet him. Yeah.
Right.
It to sound very attractive on the phone, so that's why he agreed to meet with me sight unseen.
Yeah, you're buying dinner. Yeah. Otto, so you go to Carl Hans's his bar. As you come in, there are people there. A lot of it are, having a beer in honor of Carl Hans, but they haven't got to even starting to discuss what to do with the bar and everything now. When they see you, they raise the glass, but it's not the usual Otto. It's like, oh.
Cool.
Yes.
So the police are done here then?
Yeah, they came to did a quick cursory look. They seem overwhelmed, but they said it was an obvious suicide.
No note though, I guess.
No.
I didn't see anything. None of you saw anything that suggested he was poor.
Oh, well, in the past few weeks, he'd been spending a lot of money on prostitutes, but maybe he got in over his head, and everyone's hitting hard times. But it seems like he was going to make it through this economic downturn.
I think the bar was okay, but women can be expensive. Was he seeing any call girl in particular?
No, he went to a brothel. I can't remember which one. He said that that I wouldn't go there. That I shouldn't go there. I couldn't keep my mouth shut around the far right.
I'm sorry, he was going to a brothel where a lot of brown shirts were?
Yes.
And pissing them off?
Was there a girl that he had an infatuation with, perhaps?
If there was, he never mentioned it, but said that. But
I feel like, yeah. Well, I have to call a couple of girls I know and see if, I don't know, I guess in the circles I move, I don't send people to those houses, so I don't know really much about them. I tend to send people to friends. They're also much less likely to get a clap that way. The fascists, they all lie about everything and take it home to their missus and their sisters, and it gets all over town. So,
well, that's what they deserve.
Yeah, it doesn't happen fast enough. Oh, Karl Hans. So we'll make funeral arrangements and so on.
Yeah.
Is there did the Polizei leave a card? Is there someone to talk to about the disposition of the body? They won't even do an autopsy, I guess, if he was hanged.
Yeah. I'm sure they left a card. We'll say it wasn't even an inspector. It was police officer Hark. Harke. Hark.
No. Well, the place won't be the same.
No.
Maybe they should make it into a butcher shop and whoever. Do you know who's inheriting?
I haven't heard. No.
No. In a way, it seems sad to close it, and also it seems sad to keep it open without him. It was his house, his public.
Yeah. But things will carry on. Maybe I'll look into taking over the place in honor of him. Put a picture of him above the bar.
Yeah, if it stays in his memory, perhaps that is the best thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you. To your health and to his memory. Yeah. How long you think he's been with this, going to this strange whorehouse? 3 weeks, a month?
A month at most.
Yeah. Maybe there is something there. All right. Better days, my friend.
To better days. All right. Anything else you wanted to do before your 3:00 meeting with Murnau?
I think we can get straight to that. I'll pick up on the whorehouse later. It's early in the day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. All right. So 3:00 comes around, and Murnau, he shows up actually early because he likes to go out and have a little bite to eat and to meet son of one of his friends is always something exciting. So he shows up, and of course he doesn't recognize you, Dr. Gooseman. So
Are
he's
the
kind
rest of us there? Are the others here as well? I said we will have some as a company.
Mhm.
So he might recognize some of them.
Right. No, you didn't really talk to them as much, so they're almost like, oh,
Right.
hey, I met this one guy at a party, and this was someone he was with, but yeah, that was 6
So when-
years ago.
When I see him and he comes in, I stand up and I go over and I shake his hand. I say, very glad to meet you. My father spoke great affection for you and loves your movies. I've seen them all myself.
Oh, well, thank you. It's like it's wonderful to see you. Your father passed?
Yeah, he passed a number of years ago.
Sorry to hear.
Yeah, it was tragic, but he was a good man, a good doctor. I followed in his footsteps. I've become a doctor myself.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Oh, forgive my rudeness. This is Max Hoffmann and Otto Richter and Konrad Esser and Gustav Hubermann. They were also familiar. You might remember some of them. I don't know.
A
A lot of people.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
So
He sits down.
So we have kind of a little club. It's been continuing for many years, and we do little investigations. And recently, we ran across a number of photographs of this woman, and I'll show him. What was her name?
Agnes Esterhazy.
Yeah, I'll show him her picture.
Oh, Agnes Esterhazy. She her career's definitely dropped off lately.
Yeah, she was in silent films.
yeah, her voice wasn't really set up for the talkies.
Yeah. Yeah, we have these interesting pictures. I'll show them. See, am I going to hold any of them back? I think I'll hold back the picture of the 9 of us with the strangers.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll show him some of the other stuff, and I'll say, we were wondering if you would know how we could get a hold of Miss Esterhazy.
He's like, no, I don't know what became of her. I mean, last I heard, she was in Berlin, but that's been I mean, I haven't had any contact with her in years.
No.
No.
Well, that's a shame. But let's enjoy ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And
so the only thing you held back was the picture with the dude in the ball gag.
well, yeah, because we're kind of thinking
yeah.
that's got to be doctored.
Yeah. When you hand him the film strip, he kind of likes handling it. He holds it up to the light. He's like, huh, this is curious. It's like it's a little thicker than most film strips would be. And he smells it. It's like, smells different too. I wonder what type of film they use here.
You by some chance recognize the film? The movie.
It looks somewhat familiar. I will have to go. I'd have to go through the some of my publications to identify. You mind if I borrow it?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, we don't want you to go to any great trouble.
No.
Did Miss Esterhazy ever work with you?
She did. She did made a couple movies. She made the Man Who Cheated Life. It's a story about a man who sold his soul to the devil.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that one was produced by a Baron Gronau. I don't know if you're familiar with some of his productions. Very, very strange man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little he thought he was going to be the next great horror film director, but
yeah, well, you kicked his ass if you
see, he was all about the violence, none of the mood.
Yeah. I think Nosferatu is one of the most magnificent films.
Hammer, now, what do you remember about Agnes? What was she like?
Oh, she was when she was making movies, she was quite lovely and all. I mean, understand that she was a countess before, but when the Austria-Hungarian Empire collapsed, there went a lot of her prestige and but she's been she was a very kind woman. I mean, she started to get in a little desperate, obviously when we started telling her, hey, we're not going to make silent movies anymore. There's no money in it. Yeah.
Well, we were hoping we could get a hold of her, but
I wish I could help you, but
I noticed looking at the film media and smelling it. It doesn't smell like celluloid.
No, I'm not. It's definitely not any of the film that I would use. That I thought I'd use about everything. Maybe it's I wish you had some more, so maybe I could run it through a camera, a projector, and see how it looked. Maybe they were trying to capture a certain lighting style.
Maybe we could hold up a candle to it and project it onto the wall.
Is worth a try.
Well, I mean, there's probably a candle on the table.
Yeah.
I say, well, let's take a look, and hold it up, but don't bring the candle too close.
Oh yeah, there he goes. Okay,
but see if we can project it onto the.
So, is anyone else besides Dieter profess cinephiles?
Wait, like
You're lover
like
of
movies.
movies. Yeah, lover of movies.
not a particular cinephile. I mean, I enjoy movies, but I'm not an expert.
Okay, all right. When you hold it up and it kind of projects, you get a better look at it. You can give me, Dieter. You can give me an intelligence roll.
28. Pretty sure my intelligence is way higher than that.
Probably.
28. That is a hard.
Yeah. All right. You recognize that as a image from the student of the film, The Student of Prague, a 1926 picture directed by Heinrich Galeen and produced by Baron Gronau.
There's Baron Gronau again.
Okay.
Gronau.
In 1926, that was the same year of the murder in the library. Possible connection. Or
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a murder.
So yeah, I recognize it. You recognize it, Mel?
He's like, oh yes, yeah. That was an occult film. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. What is this strange shadow here? You see?
Oh, that just looks like maybe they didn't quite have it focused, or she was the focus of the frame. Looks like some man.
Yeah. Ooh, maybe they could use this to splice two scenes together.
Yeah, possibly.
Part that they removed.
Yeah. It is interesting though. Yeah, I'll have to see if I can figure out what it's made of.
All right.
The film is acetate normally, and then the ink or the color is made from silver and something. But also, if it's flexible, is there gelatin involved or something like this?
Yeah, it's a number of different processes, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say, Habona, that you thought it was thicker than usual, or just strange?
It's a little thicker than usual film and all. I wonder if you would need a special projector to be able to actually show it.
Yeah, the projectors they have to be very hot for the light. And so, and very standard, or something will stick and burn. It seems like maybe it was, does it make home prints for smaller projectors or something? Or is the original different from the final print?
Oh, I don't know.
I do not think I saw The Student of Prague. Is it interesting as a film? What's the story like? It reminds me of Faust almost, the title.
Oh, I will have to look up The Student of Prague because I do not know.
Probably
this is
too.
because I'm a pain in the ass.
So, 1926 film. All right. In Prague, a dashing fencer and university student meet an engaging stranger, unaware that he is the devil.
Yeah, there you go. Definitely Faust.
Little touch of the Faust there. The story never grows old. Always we want to meet the devil. Never we want to meet God. Probably because of shame.
What a shame.
All
There
right.
should be no shame in the world.
Do you let him take the film strip?
I think so. I think
Okay.
I can. It'll give me an excuse to come and find him.
Okay.
All
right.
In a week or so.
All right. And you guys finish up your pleasant meal, talking about, what you've been up to and all. Obviously, it's probably more of a not an in-depth conversation since you guys don't know each other very well at all.
Right.
So, as after about 45 minutes, he gets up and he starts leaving, and all of you can give me a spot hidden.
Oh, yeah, I gotta. I'll spend 1 luck to make it a hard, because why not?
Okay,
Just in case.
you do get a little bit more.
What's
Can anyone beat a hard?
No.
So if you got a regular, you see him leaving, and you see someone got up from across the street and started walking, not quite shadowing him, but coincidentally he got up at the same time. Gustav, what you notice is that the person that's following him is a female, and she's in a trench coat, and she is skinny, emaciated, like the person that bumped into Conrad last night, except her face is not the same.
What? How her face isn't the same?
Yeah, it's like, just completely different face. But with the hard, you're able to go, man, like from behind, I would have swore that was the same person.
I guess I'll kind of point this out. I'll be like, did anyone else notice that?
Wait, is that woman in the trench coat? Oh my God, is it the same woman from last night?
Maybe it was like her face like changed like that.
Hurry, let's go get her. I'm gonna start running.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll all
I'm with you.
well.
All right. You can Murnau's not running, so she's not running. So if you do any clip of a speed, you're going to be able to catch up with her without, having to chase her at all.
Okay.
And
Okay,
you,
I'm
yep.
I was just gonna kind of like tap her on the shoulder. Excuse me, miss. Excuse me.
She turns around, and her, she kind of like zips back, and she's like going, "It's you."
Yes, you ran into me last night. You look different though.
Yes, I threw the cats off. They don't recognize me.
As in multiple?
Yes, multiple.
One of them got me.
Don't make none of
Miss-
that.
Miss,
Well-
we would love to speak with you and learn more. We have your dossier.
You do? Oh, I thought I had lost it. Did you give the film to that man?
You were watching us.
Yeah. Did he take it? I of course I was. You were in the photograph. I'm trying to figure out what your connection is.
What do you remember of that night?
I wasn't at that night. I found the photograph.
Oh,
While I was following up on the brown shirts activities.
so you don't know who took the photo?
No.
You know that we weren't in that. We don't understand how we got in that picture.
Yeah.
It's not anything we remember.
I don't party with brown shirts.
Well,
And yeah,
Good.
I let him, he's trying to identify the materials the film is made from. He's a great director and he knows his stuff, but we know what movie it was.
Yeah, it was from the Student of Prague.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
why have you got all these things?
I've been trying to figure out what happened to Agnes Esterhazy.
Oh yeah, we're interested as well.
Miss, what is your name?
Oh, Desmond, Lena Desmond.
Nina Desmond.
That sounds like a movie star name.
Well, and Desmond, is there any possibility that you were familiar with my friend Carl Hans, who kept a bar?
No.
Did you happen to work with Fraulein Esterhazy?
She's my cousin.
Ah, you're Irish also.
Yes.
And can you explain your current state of attire and
I fled my flat when the cats kept trying to get in, and I'm afraid to go back now that I've thrown them off by altering my appearance.
And
are you a witch?
Oh, a witch? A witch? No. I had assistance from a man.
Okay, because if you were a witch, we wouldn't mind.
Well, from who? I mean, your face looks dramatically different than what I saw yesterday.
It was the great beast.
Aleister Crowley?
Yes. Yeah, I was with him last night, and he showed me how to change my appearance.
Maybe I should give him a better, more consideration.
He has a dinner date tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Oh,
Could we go someplace more private and discuss this?
Yeah.
yes.
Speak with you more.
Good idea.
What is it,
Please.
4 o'clock now or 5 o'clock?
Yeah, I will say 4 o'clock.
Okay. Now let's go someplace a little more private.
You have the nicest flat, of course, Guzman.
Yeah.
I want to know all about these cats. I haven't seen one.
Yeah.
I think
too.
I think if you don't mind, I would prefer if we went someplace like the back room of the Beobachter, or I mean, you don't know this woman. She seems innocent enough, but I don't want her to know maybe where we live.
Not a bad idea.
You understand? I don't mean to be rude. I just.
You must understand that I wasn't wanting to go to a flat with 5 gentlemen strangers also.
Yeah, it's very understandable. I could also secure us a private room at the Institute as well. We need to go by there anyways to
Yeah, we do need to go by there.
get some things. So
Why don't we? Would you accompany us, please?
Okay, it's a public place, this
Yes,
institute?
yes.
Yeah, but we could find a private room.
Yes.
Okay.
And they're very welcoming, and sure we can get coffee or drinks there as well.
Okay, yes. Oh. Right. You guys head to Conrad's institute, and you get a private room where you have there. And I think we're approaching 2 hours, so I think we'll conclude there, and we'll pick up next week with the questions you have for a Miss Desmond and what outfits you pick out.
Excellent.
Wonderful.
Our players included Julian Arba, John Dos Passos, Troy Wildryer, David Gasaway and myself with Keith Craig as the Keeper of the Secrets. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members, you can set up private games, and you can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. If you would like to help support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 or $2 a month helps us a lot. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answer any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.